There are less cowboys than ever. Someday, maybe another 10 years, there won't be any more horsemen around in New York. And I'm sorry to say that. Everybody and everything dies. I don't know of anything that just lives forever. We're making it as much as we can. We've had some misery and we had some fun riding horses and tending to horses. Black cowboys were very special. I know I enjoy being a cowboy. You know, I'm not a boy, but I'm a cowboy. My gosh, do I love that. But what does it mean here in our Queens area, New York area? My full name is Raleigh W. Hall. That's my past life. Now I'm Cowboy Curly. Whoever calls me Raleigh now, if I hear a phone call or something, they say, Raleigh? I said, uh-oh, this is somebody from the past, from over 40, 50 years ago, because no one really knows me. I was called Sabu. That's when I was in camp. I had a construction company, R.W. Hall General Contractors, and the fellas call me R.W. quite often, or Hall. I was once in music. I was playing African cultural drums. When I was on stage and everything, my name was Saumba. It seems like I've had 4 different kinds of lifetimes. How do I introduce myself now? Do I say Curly, a name in which one of the cowboys had given me? My head was bald and my hat fell off. They said, look at that, he has no curls, he's curly, bald head. You know, so it was a big joke. But that was in Arizona. I was baptized with that name, far, far away from Jamaica, Queens. The Federation of Black Cowboys, it is a group of men of different parts of life. There are sanitation men, there are guys who are in correction, there are construction workers, there are electricians. It specifically had targeted black men and women because of the fact that most of the time our ambition and our ability to have meaningful relationships and things of that kind was being used right there through the horses. The year in which the Cowboys was created, I believe it was 1994. 1994. Time is passing. I didn't create it. I came into it about 6 months, maybe after they had created it. And you know what? You had to be brought in by someone. You had to be recommended to be a part of the club. It wasn't a game. It wasn't fake. You had to be honest, truthful, and trustworthy. So that is the way the Federation of Black Cowboys evolved and existed. It was formed because there was a group of men who enjoyed the love of the horses. But then it became stronger because of the fact that we had a mission. And the mission was to teach the inner city kids how to participate with horsemanship. The schools used to bring down different classes to our location. We'd wait for the bus to come and there'd be 50, 60 kids on the bus. And they'd all pile in and sit in little bleachers that we had made for them. It was a very rewarding idea. It was a rewarding feeling. I grew up in a place that I loved. Living in the project was something that seemed to be a bad thing. However, I grew up in the projects and I enjoyed it right here in Jamaica, Queens. I loved the project. I had a very nice childhood horsing around. I went to the stable when I was 8 years old. My mother and father took me to Lynn's Riding Academy. I rode the little pony, and ever since then, when I was 12 years old, me and 2 of my friends used to go riding every single weekend. We paid $1.50 to ride the horse. Howdy, partner.
I'm here to tell you that this is the greatest cowboy you ever gonna meet.
What the heck?
I rode with him for what, 25 years?
Yes, indeed. Yes,
25
indeed.
years.
Yeah.
This is a real cowboy here, folks.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the compliment.
Man, how you doing?
Thank you for the compliment. Hey everyone, this is Cowboy Curly again answering a very difficult question that is here. And that question is, when I was doing the horsing around at Lynn's Riding Academy, were there other horsemen, black fellas, there? I would say no. Let me tell you a story about the black cowboy and the culture. When I was involved in it, I met someone. They said, hey, you like horses and things? I said, yeah, we were doing some horseback riding and such. So he said, you need to come down over to the hole. I said, well, what's the hole? He said, there's a number of black cowboys over at the hole, and they have horses and things. The hole was a location off of Linden Boulevard. It was several streets that went downhill where we had all the stables at the time. And they called it the hole because it was made up of containers, some old wood put together. It was all a makeshift place. Because it was down in the ground, the place would flood out. We had 125 cowboys there, 125 horses. It was like the Old West, but we enjoyed having it. There was a farm across the street, which was called Cedar Lane Stable. And Cedar Lane Stable was a place that the cowboys started to take over. The Parks Department had owned it, but we had band together and went to the commissioner and made them, because you know they never want to give you something, made them lease the property to us. It used to be a farm, and we turned it into a horse stable. So we had the property for about 25 years, 30 years at that location, until it came up for bid again. And when it came up for bid, another organization had deeper pockets than us. They wanted us out. And you know what people do? They'll lie, they'll say anything. They spread bad propaganda on us. Bad propaganda. The article in the beginning was this big. Oh, the black cowboys kill their horses. But the rebuttal article was this small. There is a lot of treachery out here. There's a lot of evil people. In order for them to achieve and get their own way, they do bad things, unhumane things. Thank you, everyone. They not only took the ability for us to enjoy life or to nurture the horses, but they took away our club and our passion, the things that we thrive so much with. A lot of the fellas had to sell their horses, had to send them upstate. A lot of cowboys retired from the settings of horsing around. They came to us and asked us, would we still come to the barn and tutor the inner city black kids? And that was like a slap in the face to us. Thank you. We had to find another place, and I came to this location where this museum is. This used to be my office building. I was in construction, and I said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this location the home of the Federation and turn it into a museum. We've been here now maybe for, believe it or not, I think it's been 10 years now. we had always thought about going back to Cedar Lane Stable. But one of the things is that because they broke our group up, our strength has been diminished. Our members are no longer young men. We are now at the age where we can't handle all of that outside gardening, all of the taking care of stuff and everything. But we would have been able to create the ability to make it all happen if we were still there. We used to have maybe about 60 guys. Now we might be down to about 23. All of us can't have horses anymore. Maybe 40 years ago, we used to have an abundance of horses. 50 years ago, for sure enough, different stables were all around Brooklyn and Queens. And now, there might be only 2. Thank you. I was told by some fortune tellers, maybe 3 of them through my lifetime. They look at my palm and right away they say, oh, you're going to live a long time. There is a spiritual connection in this location here in our place. And I will maybe mention about what the connection is. But they told me that I was going to make a lot of money with the city of New York. They didn't know who I was, and I made a lot of money, but I wasn't able to keep it. That was the problem. I never asked the question, will I be able to keep the money? It had to be all dispersed to everybody who was around me. There's so many things that happen in life that is amazing. You know, that you think you have it under control in one specter, but yet it's over here in another specter. Oh, my. The toughest kind of loss that I have experienced in my lifetime was my daughter. I experienced a pain that people say, oh, that hurt me deep down inside. But I felt the pain really in my heart, in my chest. People passed in my time, but I never felt the pain that I felt when my daughter died. Her spirit is here with me now. She and I used to look at things on television with orbs and little spirit, what would you call it, sci-fi stuff. And we used to smile and laugh and make comments on it. And can you believe my daughter has come back in a form of orb? Okay, hello Venus. Venus, you're my visitors. My visitors, are you here with us? Are you? We've had a lot of stuff happening here today. Are you here? Are you with us? Are you with us? Okay, show yourselves. Come for a second. Venus, my visitors. I'm going to have to show him their film. Okay. I'll watch this. See that? Oh. Watch this little fella down here. This one is interesting. Goes into the shadows. Also, it's like they have their own mind. You know, they're intelligent. See these? This string of pearls, what would happen you'd have to read the back there. And I asked it one time, I said, why am I so alone? And then it came and it bobbed. It went 15 seconds on each one of the words, the hard string of pearls, and they pointed each one of those, each one of the signs was pointed to the words. And you'd have to read the words to begin this subject, what I'm talking about, but kind of tired of talking all this stuff now. Do you know that the museum is alive? Even though it's a history, it has live settings within it. And the energy that flows here is marvelous because it's all for the good. It's like the essence of love is within the walls. As we move through life, we have a number of different things that hit you as a human being. When I was having the challenges of my particular life, the horses were always horsing around here and there. It was always a very happy, pleasing thing to get on the back of a horse. It took away some of the everyday life stresses. So I can only remember good things. They said, Curly, would you ever stop being a cowboy? And I just have to smile and laugh about that because I am the cowboy and it's within me. I am no longer a regular human being. I am a horseman and I can't stop it now. It will be always within my life. This is the last stage of my life. Because of the dwindling ability to get horses, you know, it's really, really going down. But maybe because I'm here and continuously trying to build it up, there'll be others that might follow who might be strong enough to continue the legacy. So I say, happy trails.